Hello, family. Welcome to a fabulous Friday night. And I have here tonight with you all the way from Brazil, Mr. Youssef. Hello, Youssef.
Hello from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
You know what? I think I should call you Mr. Brazil, but that wouldn't really do you justice because you've traveled far and wide. You just happen to be taking over Brazil right now.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, I absolutely love it and I plan on it. You know what? Who knows? Maybe I'll be in Brazil soon.
I hope so. I hope so. There's a huge community of like-minded Black people out here that are really, pushing the envelope, really pushing the envelope as far as the international scene, really pushing the envelope as far as who we are and what we can do.
All right, you know what? You just got right into it because your mission really is all about creating a presence of of Black people within the scene, the community of Brazil. Why is that?
Let's take a 6,000 square foot view. Let's take a macro view. I'm not
Okay.
necessarily someone that I want you to say is pushing for Brazil. I am pushing for Black people to realize.
Let's take a 6,000 square foot view. Let's take a macro view.
There we go.
Okay.
I said, let's take a macro view. I believe that if you are a Black American, you owe America nothing. They've given you whatever they've given you. Help isn't coming. Find a place where, at the very least, your life is worth more than it is in the United States. I want to be very clear about that. Mm-hmm. Second, for me, I've lived in about 15 countries around the world, and I normally live in a country for about 2 years. Came to Brazil. After 2 years, I said, you know what? I really like it here. Let me take another year and find out what I don't like. I want to find out objectively what objectively I don't like about the country. What are the downsides? And then decide if I wanted to stay. Now I'm a permanent resident. I'll have a passport and citizenship soon. That doesn't mean that I am going to only stay in Brazil. It just means that I'm going to be traveling. Brazil is my home.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's fair enough. So what I am really hearing you say is whatever value that you feel that you have in America, from your research, all the travel that you've done, you might have greater value elsewhere. You might experience a higher plane for yourself elsewhere. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Okay. And so why don't you give us some examples of that? Because in our conversations, you share with me that you feel a great sense of freedom, a great sense of liberty where you are. So tell me what that's like.
Well, one of the things that you have to realize is, and I always give the same example over and over again. Are you familiar with Henry Louis Gates? They call him Skip Gates to his friends. I don't claim to know the man.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, if you remember, he was arrested on his front porch because neighbors said he doesn't look like he belonged in that house. Now, what he is a successful, educated Black man who decided to live in a neighborhood. In the United States, no matter who you are, no matter what you've accomplished, under no circumstance are you ever going to be allowed to forget that you are at the bottom of the totem pole. That no matter what you've accomplished, you cannot educate or purchase yourself out of the position that America wants you to be in.
Okay.
Whereas in every other country in the world that I've been, one of the benefits of going abroad is that you're first seen as, what can you produce?
Okay.
You're seen as an American, but you're not seen as someone who's at the bottom of the totem pole because, and this is something a lot of Black people have a hard time with in Brazil really getting to understand. You can buy your way out of certain situations in Brazil. And I don't mean bribery. What I mean is, for example, where I live, the neighborhood I live in, we simply don't have those problems. The police simply drive right by because the people that they're looking to harass tend to be poor people where there is an intersection of being Black, not necessarily Black people.
Okay. Okay. So basically, how you carry yourself and the dignity that you have is of great value in Brazil, no matter what your skin color is.
And I don't mean just Brazil. I mean, I've lived all over the world, and I can tell you, I'll use Japan as an example, or Thailand, or
Okay.
any of the Asian countries I've been to.
Uh-huh.
One of the things that people talk about quite a bit is they say, hey, I heard people in this country don't like black people.
Okay.
And then you can look at them and say, well, I heard people in this country don't like white people. Because what they don't realize is that white privilege really doesn't, American white privilege doesn't carry the way that black people have been conditioned to believe that it does.
Okay. Okay. So
And
what we what we've been exposed to in America as white privilege is basically almost, I'm not going to say non-existent, but it is watered down in other countries.
yes, it's not non-existent, but the privileges that you get often tend to be a lot more, they tend to be based a lot more on capitalism. I mean, it's on money. Now, that's not true in everywhere, but as a Black American, and I want to be specific about Black Americans because we're different from, every group of Black people is different. None of us are the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, for us, it's safer to be anywhere other than the United States.
You said anywhere, anywhere.
I'll give you an example that I often use. Remember, people say that, when Black people kill people and white people kill people, it's different. It's actually not.
Mm-hmm.
Statistics have shown, and we can pull some up, the punishment given to the perpetrator of a crime is not dictated by the color or the race of the perpetrator so much as the color and the race of the victim. The easiest person to kill in the United States of America is a Native person. The second
Mm-hmm.
easiest person is going to be a Black person.
Mm-hmm. 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 I might be able to buy into that. I honestly might be able to buy into that. I want to know from you, because you are Mr. Brazil and because you are such an expert on the country, I would be remiss if you didn't share some of the beauty and the value that you've been able to find there. That is what I want to extract from you today. What is it that you love about Brazil?
We can start with the food.
Okay. Okay. What is that like?
Brazilian food. Okay, I like a very specific type of food from the north,
Uh-huh.
area. It's called Nordeste food. It's got
Okay.
this rustic weight to it. I'm a weightlifter, and my body is important to me, so I have to really limit myself
Okay.
to how much of that I can eat.
Oh, okay.
But that food is amazing. I train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's the home of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I hadn't lived in South America before. In all my trips all around the world, I had not lived in Latin America. So I decided I wanted to give that a try. And this is why I decided to move. Not just Brazil. I very specifically moved to São Paulo, Brazil. São Paulo, Brazil is one of the largest cities in the world. It's got let's pull that up. São Paulo.
While you're looking at that up, you've got to tell us more about this food that you love. I mean, don't just leave us hanging. What is it?
Okay, hold on. You know what? I'll give you guys some visual representation. How's
Okay,
that?
let's do that. Let's do that.
We'll
I want to know, are we eating beef? Are we eating pork? Is it chicken? What are the seasonings like?
All of the above.
Okay.
All
Okay.
of the above. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to share this with you. Let's see.
And family, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to Brazil tonight. We might go a few other places, but tonight we are definitely going to learn more about Brazil. Yusuf has been everywhere. How many countries did you say you've lived
About
in?
15 countries.
About 15 countries. So there you go. There you go. So he might, pull something up from anywhere, but
Oh,
definitely.
I'm gonna go with Brazil. If you look and share the screen.
Okay. I see this.
And so we'll go down to, let's see. This is some Brazilian beauty. You see this? This is called
Yes.
Foz de Iguazu.
Okay.
It's one of the natural wonders of the world. It's ginormous.
Beautiful.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Where is this in relation to you?
A short plane ride away. A lot of people also don't know that Brazil is, depending on how you measure it, Brazil is either the same size or larger than the United States.
Okay. Okay. That is breathtaking. That is breathtaking.
Brazil, of course, you know, it's got this huge fish culture. This is one of my favorite fish restaurants. If you ever come down, we'll go there, get some grilled fish, whatever fish you're into. That's an excellent restaurant I love to go to.
I like halibut and cod.
I don't know if they've had halibut here. I think they have cod under a different name.
Okay.
But now if we go, okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the meat. Oh, wrong one. There, meat. No, that's a park I went to where there are lots of wild birds.
Oh my gosh, what is the name of this bird? He's pretty, or he or she is
Papagayo.
Okay.
See that? This is near my house. This is a normal, not special. You can find this in any neighborhood or business district, churrasco, where you go in, order a plate, you can get your side dishes, and then you just literally, guys, walk around with those giant pieces of meat, and you tell them what you want. That's
okay. Okay. And what are the seasonings like? Like, what is the food most close to?
I don't know how to I don't know how to describe it.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm a fan of grilled meat, and just looking at that, my mouth is starting to water. Just looking at that.
Give me one last bit of. We'll go to Black Expats. Okay, now here's something you'll find interesting. When we talk about Brazil, you know, I go to a neighborhood weekend market. Everybody has it on a different day. You can literally get anything. The lady on the top left, I call her my spice girl. She has every spice and blend you can imagine and blends whatever you want together for you.
Okay. So what I'm feeling is that it's a very open country, not like America where you might go to a grocery store. It's more like being in an open market.
Well, they do have grocery stores, but more people shop at markets than grocery stores because the food is different. There, that's the one I was going to show you. It's called Vaca Atolada.
Vaca Atolada. What's in it?
Beef, lots of seasoning, potatoes. What else? I didn't really analyze it. I just know it's really, really good. Really, really good.
Okay. That is fabulous.
I was going to say, while we're there, what I also want to share is, if you look, I'm going to change the page for a second. We have an amazing group out here that I also want to share with you guys. One will go, wait, where is it? Come on. There we go. Here it comes. Called Black Expats in Brazil. It's very new. We're starting to really grow. And it's all literally that. It is Black Expats in Brazil. This is our group. This is where we share ideas and inspirations and things. And, you know, we're a family-friendly group. This is one of my favorite little girls.
Oh, she's adorable.
Yeah, her family's awesome. And we have this thing where we have built a great community, not based on being insular, but based on going out and doing things and being part of the community and learning about people.
Okay. Oh yeah. I like this dancing.
That was at, I believe that was at a place called, it was a Faria Preta. It was a Black Women's Festival. One of my favorite things to do is go to things called Ensaio de Quadras. Now, we all know what Carnival is, but what a lot of people don't know is that Carnival starts 3 to 4 months ahead of time. with the practices and the open houses when they do their dances, and you can go in and have everything from food and entertainment and watching them practice there. It's better than Carnival. It's better than Carnival.
Yes.
Way better than Carnival. Oh, this is the one advertisement, the advertisement we made.
Let's see it.
Should be popping up.
Is there music?
Well, there is. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the play through.
Well, listen, I can tell that they are jamming whatever they're doing.
Yeah, for some reason, let me see here. But
There
there's
is
music.
fun in the sun.
Hold on. I got some music for you. I'll take you to one of my favorite. Let's see, where'd it go?
You know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing there is a innocence and freedom that's there.
These are people who, like all Black people, have been through some things, but they get to carry their Blackness with them differently.
Okay.
Can you hear this?
Yes, I can hear it.
Look.
What's going on here?
This is an ensayo.
Hey, outside, Nene.
That is wonderful. So, are there a lot of Black people who are actually native to Brazil?
Yes, Brazil had the largest population of Africans enslaved in the entire world.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that. Brazil
Yeah, I didn't know that.
is an enormous Black country. It's so Black, in fact, that after slavery, the government got kind of nervous and they started importing Europeans because they realized it was simply going to be a Black country.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, what percentage of Brazil is actually Black now?
Now, that's a loaded question. I'll tell you why. Brazil did slavery better than any country in the world. And what they did is, in the United States, we had the one drop rule, where if you got one drop of blood, you're over here in the corner with the Black people. In Brazil, they segregated by skin tone severely. So if you're a little closer to white, you get a little more privilege. If you're a little bit more closer to white, you get privilege. And what they did is they caused this massive stratification of Black people. So now Black is often associated with being a lack of education. For example, one of my clients, I run a few businesses out here, but one of my clients said, well, something about Black people. And I said, well, Black people like me. He said, well, not like you. You're educated, you travel the world. And it's interesting because that juxtaposition, because you can't really look at it. And there are people who have famously said, I'm not Black. We've seen it all over the world. We've seen it all over the world. Successful Black people who will say, oh, I'm not Black. And then they get reminded that they're Black, at some point in their career. And it's a really tragic thing. So often you have people here who are, there is no bonus or advantage to saying I'm Black. There are no government aid coming up until very recently. There are very few things that are going to give you an advantageous situation saying I'm Black. Now, interestingly enough, Black people from all over the world come here to meet with other Black people, and they're, Black Lives Matter, which is a very, I don't know if I like them or don't like them. I know that they stay busy doing things. I'm not exactly sure they're good or bad, but they're taking action. I tell people who criticize anyone, are you taking action? They have chapters here.
You want to know what your perspective on what Black is based off of living there for, so long. I see it has really evolved on, what Blackness is, because even though you think that you're Black, and in my eyes, you certainly are Black, what I'm hearing is there are people there that don't consider you to be a Black man.
Sort of.
Okay.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Also, you got to remember, we can't, I'll never say that I speak for any Black Brazilian because their life experience is totally different from mine. Totally different from mine.
So do you have people that you look at and you, from your perspective, you believe that they're Black, but they don't believe they're Black in Brazil? Does that happen?
Well, here's the ugly part to it. It's like, who am I to decide what someone is if they say they are or aren't? So there are people who I would look at and think that they're Black. Means absolutely nothing it means absolutely nothing. That's the thing. And often the concept of being Black doesn't even come up in conversation.
Right. No, not that you're the judge and the jury. I'm just trying to gain a perspective, on what you might perceive as a American versus what someone else might perceive as a person who was born in Brazil.
Yeah,
I'm asking lots of hard questions, right? I gotcha.
We got one of my friends who came to visit, 3Ds to Success. Amazing Black man, has quite a few things going for him. He said hello. I said hello to him in the chat.
Awesome. I love it. So tell me this. Why do you want people to come to Brazil? And what should we be doing when we get there?
Let's do this. Before you come, I would say your time here will be so much better if you take 3 months. And I tell people all the time, I like the Pimsleur method. Download Pimsleur to your phone. Take 3 months to take 3 30-day classes that are half an hour each. I take each class twice. And you can be semi-conversational with, if you do 90 days of 1 hour classes on your phone with Pimsleur, it actually works. Most people don't want to do that.
What Pimsleur? Yeah, put it in the chat because I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I'll put something here in the chat. Come on. Pimsleur. Here we are. And I'll try and share the screen with you. And I'll also share a video that gives a really good explanation. Chrome tab. There we are.
Okay. Yes.
It should pop up on your screen anytime.
Awesome. It just did. Let's get it.
And for the record, I do not make any commission off of this. I retired after being a financial professional, so I always feel that obligation to tell people when I'm going to make a commission or any profit on anything that I show. So it's something that was ingrained into me as a financial professional. I don't make any commission off of anyone purchasing Pimsleur. Let's go to Portuguese. Make sure you get Portuguese Brazilian.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Now, go ahead.
Basically, it's going to teach us Portuguese, and will it teach us other cultural things about the country, or?
Well, it teaches specifically how to speak Brazilian Portuguese correctly. Now, what I'm also going to do is show everybody here, there is a video I did called Hustling Portuguese Backwards. Okay, I want everybody to check this video out because I'm wearing the same shirt I did in this video in 2020. Awesome. It's my Wu-Tang Clan shirt.
Okay, and you want to know what? You were combing your beard still too then. Not your beard, but your mustache.
Hey, grooming is important.
Yes,
grooming is important. And what I did is in this video, I go into the best way to use the Pimsleur method, and it goes into just all those things that you're going to need to know on how to do it. It's a short video. I tell people it's all a matter of discipline. If you say that you actually want to learn the language and that you are going to take that hour a day, not the system says half an hour. I tell people an hour. Do it twice. I did lesson 1 twice. I did lesson 2 twice. You gotta actually want it. And there is a large group of people who have taken my advice. I'll show you this. I run, now we have a basic web page as well. I don't know if, let's see, there it is. There, Black Expats in Brazil.
Thank you for this. And if we go to this site, what are we going to find?
The first thing you'll find is our mission statement. All Black expats from many different countries who are living throughout Brazil. We're here to help each other adjust to life in one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world while enjoying everything Brazil has to offer. We are all learning and growing culturally while supporting each other through the everyday joys and tribulations of our expat lives. There's also a section that I actually have to update with some more people called Meet the Expats, where there are little 5-minute testimonies about what brought different people to Brazil. There's some amazing.
Let's hear a couple of them.
Let's see. All right, I will go to, let's see, Brother Steven Story.
What's up, guys? My name is Steven Story. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I have been in Brazil now almost 2 years total, just between when I arrived here and where I am now. I'm currently living in Salvador Bahia, Brazil. Conversationally fluent in Portuguese. I was not when I got here. I couldn't really speak Portuguese at all. I didn't know my way around the city, but the country for that matter. I didn't know anything about the culture. But I stayed.
And I want everybody to come back to hear that all. Here's Brother Ned.
Hey guys, what's going on? I am Ned Germain. I am from Miami, Florida, and I am reaching out to you here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the beautiful Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I am here in my apartment.
That's Ned, and we've got Christy and Eden, our mother and daughter.
Oi, gente. Boa noite. Meu nome é Christy Perry. Ela é minha filha, Ida. E nós moramos em Charlotte, Carolina do Norte. E estamos em Brasil. Eden and I came to Brazil. We arrived October 31st.
They were speaking to everybody in Portuguese.
I see.
Up here we have Brazilian culture, where we have a few different articles. More to come on, well, exactly that. Different aspects of culture. Different aspects of what's going on.
Excellent. So what I really hear you saying is that there is something special about the culture in Brazil that is different from anywhere else that you've lived, that as a person as a Black person from America, you might receive a elevated type of life. You can get more out of life there. Is that
not
true?
And here's where it's going to get interesting for us. The last thing I'll show you guys, if anybody is interested in coming to Brazil, there's actually a section called "Come to Brazil." This is how you move to Brazil. This is what I do. This is my companies. We do expat relocation services to help people legally move to Brazil with all the paperwork and all that other stuff. And it's got my contact information on the bottom.
Excellent.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. I don't mean because you come here and you're Black. I mean, we have an issue called brain drain. Are you familiar with the concept of brain drain?
I am.
Well, brain drain is what's happening in the United States and has been happening for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
All of us aren't going to make it. I think it was, hold on, who's on my refrigerator? I think it was Brother Marcus Garvey. It might have been Marcus Garvey. Sounds like a Marcus Garvey thing. He said, we're not all going to make it. He said, if I was to take all Black people back to Africa, which was his dream, we wouldn't all be useful. Mm-hmm. The people that have the most options are those Black people that I tell people all the time, I'm a square. I stayed in school. I got a bit of an education. I got a couple of degrees. The world is open to me. And if you don't really have anything for yourself in America, you're not going to make it anywhere else. But that's the problem. See, it's that top 20% of Black Americans that are just leaving, because the entire world values you not because you're just Black or not because you're an American. They look at you and say, hey, you can help our businesses and our countries make money. Come live here and we'll pay you. And even if you have the same quality of life you had in the United States, you have the same worries, you still got to work to pay your bills, you don't worry about being beaten to death by the police and shot in the head by any citizens. Think about that for a second. That alone is enough to bring people over.
Wow, that is powerful. Yusef Latif, you are going to have to come back and spend time with us again and give us, insights about your world travels. Today was about Brazil, and I know that you are very fond of Brazil. But it sounds like the world is our oyster, and that is what I want to leave everybody with tonight. Break off of your borders and explore.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there isn't enough time in the day to express to people how many options they have if they really want it. It's just like anything else. We can tell ourselves all day that they want it, but do you really? You know, it's one of those things that when I scare people, my clients, I often scare them by showing them that it's totally possible, that they can go anywhere in the world, including Brazil, if they really want to.
All right. Okay, family. Thank you for exploring with Coach Love tonight, and Yusef Latif. The world is yours. Get in the flow.